Hi everyone, back again with Top 10 in the world. If you are a thrill seeker, you've come to the right place. We've put together the 10 best adrenaline activities to do around the world so you can test your limits. Watch, enjoy and get ready to live life on the edge again. Here are the top 10 list of the best adrenaline activities. Number 10. Speed skiing. Speed skiing is the sport of skiing downhill in a straight line at as high a speed as possible, as timed over a fixed stretch of ski slope. There are two types of contest: breaking an existing speed record or having the fastest run at a given competition. Speed skiers regularly exceed 200 kilometers per hour, 124 miles per hour. Speed skiing is practiced on steep, specially designed courses 1 kilometer in length. There are approximately 30 of these courses worldwide, many of them at high altitudes to minimize air resistance. The first 300 or 400 meters, 980 or 1,310 feet of the course, the launching area, is used to gain speed. The top speed is measured in the next 100 meters, 330 feet the timing zone, and the last 500 meters, 1,600 feet the run-out area, is used for slowing down and coming to a stop. The start point in FIS races is chosen so that, in theory, skiers should not exceed 200 kilometers per hour, 124 miles per hour, hence competition is aimed at winning a particular event, not breaking world speed records. At pro races, there is no maximum speed and the speed attained is determined by conditions and safety. In theory, speeds could continue to increase by using even longer and steeper slopes. This would eventually change speed skiing into something closer to skydiving except with skis rather than a parachute. Since a slight bump or gentle turn can easily prove fatal at such speeds, there is little appetite for this. Number 9. Rock climbing. Rock climbing is a sport in which participants climb up, across, or down natural rock formations or artificial rock walls. The goal is to reach the summit of a formation or the endpoint of a usually predefined route without falling. Rock climbing is a physically and mentally demanding sport, one that often tests a climber's strength, endurance, agility and balance along with mental control. Knowledge of proper climbing techniques and the use of specialized climbing equipment is crucial for the safe completion of routes. Because of the wide range and variety of rock formations around the world, rock climbing has been separated into several different styles and subdisciplines, such as scrambling, bouldering, sport climbing, and traditional climbing, and other activity involving the scaling of hills and similar formations, differentiated by the rock climbers' sustained use of hands to support their body weight as well as to provide balance. Rock climbing competitions have the objectives of either completing the route in the least amount of attempts or attaining the farthest point on an increasingly difficult route. Indoor rock climbing is typically split into 3 disciplines. These disciplines are bouldering, lead climbing, and top roping. Number 8. Skydiving. Skydiving is a method of transiting from a high point in the atmosphere to the surface of Earth with the aid of gravity, involving the control of speed during the descent using a parachute or parachutes. It may involve a phase of more or less freefalling, the skydiving segment, which is a period when the parachute has not yet been deployed and the body gradually accelerates to terminal velocity. An all-time favorite, skydiving is one of the original extreme sports. It's hard to beat the rush of jumping out of a plane tens and thousands of feet above the ground. Plummeting down to earth at 120 miles per hour usually provides enough of a rush to satisfy even the biggest adrenaline junkie. So, next time you're seeking an adventure, rise to the challenge, hop on a plane and try skydiving. Number 7. Fighter jet flying. Take things to the next level with an intense session of fighter jet flying. You don't even need to fly the plane to experience the rush, as a professional pilot will be on hand to make sure everything runs smoothly. Fighter aircraft are fixed-wing military aircraft designed primarily for air-to-air combat. In military conflict, the role of fighter aircraft is to establish air superiority of the battle space. Domination of the airspace above a battlefield permits bombers and attack aircraft to engage in tactical and strategic bombing of enemy targets. Take to the skies in a supersonic MiG-20 Fulcrum interceptor or an Aero L-39 Albatros and pretend you're in the scene of a blockbuster action movie. Number 6. Storm chasing. Most people run from storms. But then most people aren't thrill seekers who pursue the extreme. Storm chasing is broadly defined as the deliberate pursuit of any severe weather phenomenon, regardless of motive, but most commonly for curiosity, adventure, scientific investigation, or for news or media coverage. A person who chases storms is known as a storm chaser or simply a chaser. While witnessing a tornado is the single biggest objective for most chasers, many chase thunderstorms and delight in viewing cumulonimbus and related cloud structures, watching a barrage of hail and lightning, and seeing what skyscapes unfold. A smaller number of storm chasers attempt to intercept tropical cyclones and waterspouts. Storm chasing could see you going in pursuit of a tornado or a superstorm to experience nature at its most primal. A storm chasing tour is your chance to get in the belly of the beast with a professional guide and witness nature in its rawest moments. Number 5. Rodeo. Embrace your inner cowboy or cowgirl and see how long you can last on a horse or bull as it roams free at a rodeo event. Rodeo is a competitive equestrian sport that arose out of the working practices of cattle herding in Spain and Mexico, expanding throughout the Americas and to other nations. It was originally based on the skills required of the working vaqueros and later, cowboys, in what today is the western United States, western Canada, and northern Mexico. Today, it is a sporting event that involves horses and other livestock, designed to test the skill and speed of the cowboys and cowgirls. American-style professional rodeos generally comprise the following events: tie-down roping, team roping, steer wrestling, saddle bronc riding, bareback bronc riding, bull riding, and barrel racing. The events are divided into two basic categories: the rough stock events and the timed events. Depending on sanctioning organization and region, other events such as breakaway roping, goat tying, and pole bending may also be a part of some rodeos. The world's first public cowboy contest was held on July 4, 1883, in Pecos, Texas, between cattle driver Trav Wyndham and roper Mort Livingston. The oldest sport going just so happens to be one of the most extreme, and you don't even need to jump 30,000 feet out of a plane or kayak down a river. Number 4. Big wave surfing. Mild climates and natural beauty are what you'll find in Nazaré, Portugal. Oh, and the biggest wave in the world. The best surfers on the planet head to Nazaré and ride the largest wave around, which rises to between 80 and 100 feet. Big wave surfing is a discipline within surfing in which experienced surfers paddle into, or are towed into, waves which are at least 20 feet (6.2 meters) high, on surfboards known as guns or towboards. Sizes of the board needed to successfully surf these waves vary by the size of the wave as well as the technique the surfer uses to reach the wave. A larger, longer board allows a rider to paddle fast enough to catch the wave and has the advantage of being more stable, but it also limits maneuverability and surfing speed. Number 3. Volcano boarding. This adrenaline-filled ride is sure to get your heart racing as you rocket down the 1,600-foot summit. Volcano boarding or volcano surfing is a sport performed on the slopes of a volcano. One of the most popular places for the activity is the Cerro Negro near León in western Nicaragua. Riders hike up the volcano and slide down, sitting or standing, on a thin plywood or metal board. The sport is also practiced on Mount Yasur on Tanna, Vanuatu, Mount Bromo in Indonesia, and very few other locations. Number 2. Cage of Death. If you think coming face to face with a shark while you're in a cage is pushing your limits, just wait until you get in a cage of death. Cage of Death dives features a chance to spend 15 minutes in the water with a 5-meter-plus giant saltwater crocodile, the most dangerous and feared animal in Australia. Look into the reptile's eyes as you gaze at their prehistoric features and get up close and personal in a thrilling 360-degree experience. Number 1. Flying to space. Virgin Galactic wants to take you into space, and they are the world's first commercial space line. Their aim is to make space travel accessible for everyone, and once it's ready, you can participate in the ultimate thrill ride, the unknown of space. There you have it, the ultimate list of adrenaline activities. We hope our list has inspired you. If you have some other thrillful activity ideas, please don't hesitate to comment below.